The episode opens with a wide aerial shot of rural Alabama at sunrise. Long stretches of highway cut through green fields, small houses scattered across the land. The calm morning atmosphere contrasts with the tension building inside a modest, one-story home on the outskirts of a quiet town. Inside, Jovon, a 32-year-old warehouse supervisor, sits on the edge of his bed staring at his phone. The screen shows a video call paused on the smiling face of his wife, Maria, who lives in the Philippines. Jovon exhales deeply, rubbing his hands together, a mix of excitement and fear evident on his face. Jovon speaks directly to the camera in a confessional interview. He explains that he and Maria met online 3 years ago through a language exchange app. What started as casual conversations quickly turned into daily calls, late-night video chats, and eventually, love. He admits that he has never traveled outside the United States, let alone to Asia, but he believes Maria is his soulmate. The only problem is that they have never met in person. Now, after a long-distance marriage conducted legally online due to travel restrictions and financial challenges, Jovon is finally preparing to fly from Alabama to the Philippines to meet his wife face-to-face for the very first time. Cut back to Jovon's bedroom. Suitcases lie open on the floor, clothes neatly folded, travel documents carefully arranged on the bed. Jovon's mother, Denise, stands by the doorway watching him pack. Her expression is a mix of concern and skepticism. Denise tells the camera that she worries her son is making a huge mistake. She has never met Maria, only seen her through a phone screen, and she fears Jovon is being taken advantage of. She questions whether Maria truly loves him or if she is only interested in coming to America someday. Jovon reassures his mother, telling her that Maria is not like that. He explains that Maria has her own job in the Philippines, helps support her family, and has never pressured him for money or a visa. Denise listens quietly but remains unconvinced. She reminds Jovon that online relationships can be misleading and that people are not always who they claim to be. The tension between them is palpable, but Jovon remains firm in his decision. The scene transitions to a video call between Jovon and Maria. Maria appears on screen from a small but tidy apartment in Cebu. She is 29 years old, works as a customer service representative, and lives with her younger sister. Maria smiles brightly when she sees Jovon, her eyes lighting up. She tells him how excited she is that he is finally coming. Her voice trembles slightly as she admits she is also nervous. She worries about whether Jovon will like her in person and if their chemistry online will translate into real life. In her own confessional, Maria explains that marrying Jovon was not an easy decision. Her family had doubts, especially since Jovon lives so far away and comes from a completely different culture. But she insists that their connection is real. She says that Jovon makes her feel seen, respected, and loved in a way she has never experienced before. She dreams of building a life together, whether in the Philippines or the United States, but first, they need to survive this first meeting. Back in Alabama, Jovon meets with his best friend Marcus at a local diner. Over burgers and coffee, Marcus questions Jovon about the trip. He asks bluntly if Jovon is prepared for what might happen if things do not go as planned. Marcus admits that he supports Jovon but worries that expectations might be too high. Jovon responds honestly, saying he knows there are risks, but he would regret it for the rest of his life if he did not try. Marcus asks if Jovon has considered cultural differences, financial responsibilities, and the pressure of meeting Maria's family. Jovon pauses, then admits that he has thought about it, but he believes love requires courage. He says he is willing to adapt, learn, and compromise. The conversation ends with Marcus wishing him luck and reminding him to keep an open mind. The next sequence shows Jovon at the airport. The bustling terminal contrasts sharply with his small-town life. He looks overwhelmed but determined as he checks in for his flight. He clutches his passport tightly, glancing around nervously. In a confessional, Jovon admits that this is the biggest step he has ever taken. He says he is scared of flying, scared of the unknown, and scared that meeting Maria might change everything. But he also says that love is worth the risk. As Jovon boards the plane, the camera lingers on his face, capturing a moment of quiet reflection. He closes his eyes as the plane takes off, symbolizing the start of a life-changing journey. The episode cuts to scenes of long-haul travel, layovers, airplane meals, restless sleep, and time passing. Jovon looks exhausted but focused, occasionally checking his phone for messages from Maria. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, Maria prepares for Jovon's arrival. She shops for groceries, cleans the apartment, and chooses an outfit for the airport. Her sister, Anna, teases her nervously, asking what Jovon is really like. Maria laughs but admits she is scared. She worries about language barriers, cultural misunderstandings, and whether Jovon will fit into her world. Anna expresses concern about Maria marrying someone she has never met, but she also hopes her sister will be happy. Maria's confessional reveals deeper fears. She admits that she worries Jovon's family might not accept her, and that people might judge her for marrying an American. She says she wants to prove that her love is genuine and not based on money or opportunity. She hopes that when Jovon meets her family, he will see where she comes from and understand her values. The episode builds toward the moment of arrival. Jovon's plane lands in the Philippines after nearly 20 hours of travel. He steps into the airport, visibly jet-lagged and overwhelmed by the heat, noise, and crowds. In a confessional, he admits that culture shock hits him immediately. Everything feels different, from the language to the smells to the sheer number of people. He worries about finding Maria in the crowd and whether he will recognize her. At the same time, Maria waits anxiously at the arrivals area, holding a small sign with Jovon's name written on it. Her hands shake slightly as she scans the crowd. She wonders if Jovon will walk past her or if she will freeze when she sees him. The tension is thick as the camera cuts back and forth between them. Jovon emerges from customs, dragging his suitcase behind him. He looks around, his eyes searching. Suddenly, he spots Maria. For a brief moment, time seems to slow. They lock eyes across the crowded terminal. Jovon's face breaks into a smile, and Maria's eyes fill with tears. They walk toward each other, hesitant at first, then faster. When they finally meet, they stand awkwardly for a second before embracing. The hug is long and emotional. Maria cries softly against Jovon's chest. Jovon whispers that he cannot believe she is real. In his confessional, he says that seeing Maria in person feels surreal, like a dream. He admits that she looks different from the screen, but in a good way. Maria, in her confessional, says that the moment felt overwhelming and beautiful, but also scary. She says this is when everything becomes real. As they pull apart, they laugh nervously, unsure what to say. The camera captures their first real conversation, slightly awkward but sincere. Jovon compliments Maria, and she thanks him shyly. They walk out of the airport together hand in hand, stepping into the humid Philippine air. The episode ends with a teaser for what is to come. Jovon meets Maria's family for the first time. Cultural differences begin to surface. Questions about money, expectations, and the future loom large. A voiceover hints that the journey ahead will test their relationship in ways neither of them expected. Okay, thank you friends for watching this video till the end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys.